Hello and welcome back to another Premier League review. This week, because the games are spread out, I'm going to do it in two parts. So this is part one, which I'll be covering the weekend's games. Part two will be out on Thursday, which will cover Monday's and Wednesday's Premier League games. Kicking the weekend off was Leicester vs Liverpool. Leicester won the game 3-1. Liverpool, not a very good performance from them. They slipped to fourth. Goals from James Maddison, Jamie Vardy and Harvey Barnes for Leicester. Salah opened scoring for Liverpool, but the three Leicester goals after made them lose 3-1, with the second Jamie Vardy's goal being a massive mix-up between Alisson and the new centre-half Kabak, with many people blaming Kabak. Alisson, lack of communication. Alisson came running out his goal, hit into Kabak, and Vardy was left with an open goal. Liverpool are in all sorts of trouble. They've got Champions League this week, which they'll be looking to hope to get the mind off the Premier League and revitalise and back. As for Leicester, fantastic season, really positive. Second in the league. They'll be disappointed if they finish anything lower than third, I think. Not going to beat City to the title, but they are doing very well. And they also picked up a fine win against Crystal Palace at home, beating them 3-0. Goals from Johan Gudmundsson, Jay Rodriguez and a Matty Loughton screamer were enough to beat them. As for Palace, very poor. No Zaha again, no attacking threat, no goals. Is Roy Hodgson about to lose his job? Possibly. Who are they going to bring in after him is the question, and will he be able to get the best of the team, because we all know that Zaha is leaving in the summer. As for Burnley, a good result. They've picked up a few good wins recently, but they're not really completely safe yet, still at the bottom end of the table. They will be safe, hopefully, if they keep picking up victories like this. Palace have to pick up points to make sure they're safe soon. Man City also won at the weekend, beating Tottenham 3-0 at the Etihad. 2 goals from Ilkay Gundogan and a penalty from Rodri was enough to win the game for them. As for Spurs, disappointing again. They could have opened the scoring with a Harry Kane who kicked to hit the post. Would it be a different game? Maybe, but they're still not doing enough to go forward. City, unbelievable. They've just flipped the switch, haven't they? They've done everything that they need to do to win a title. Unbeaten run. They're going to win the league, clearly. No one's going to beat them to it, I don't believe. They're also favourites, I think, for the Champions League this year, showing the best form. So it will be very surprising if they don't reach the last 4 or final. I'll be very disappointed. Or with Spurs, Mourinho's making them a bit boring, not attacking. And they've got to start picking up points to get higher up the league, or else they're going to miss out on European football next season. Aston Villa played Brighton in a game where they were very below par, only getting a 0-0 draw. Brighton on top for a large part of it, with goalkeeper Martinez for Aston Villa pulling off countless saves to keep in the game. Dean Smith Aftergate admitted they were off the pace and poor, but Brighton cannot score a goal. The reason they're in the bottom half of the table struggling is because they can't score. They create chances freely, but they can't. They haven't got a centre forward who's going to hit 20 goals a season, and it's very disappointing. If they had, would they be up there? Possibly. As for that, it's a poor result, but not the end of the world. They'll be back winning games higher up league soon after a fantastic start to the season. They'll finish in the top 10. Brighton don't need to start scoring goals to have any opportunities of moving up the table. Southampton lost at home to Wolverhampton Wanderers on Sunday 2-1 after taking the lead through Danny Ings. They then conceded a penalty which is dubious after the ball hit Kyle Walker-Peters' hand or arm, was given as a penalty, which Ruben Neves put away. Pedro Neto then scored a fabulous solo goal to win the game. Maybe they should have got a penalty of their own, but it's disappointing now. 6 straight defeats now for Southampton. Ralph Hasenhüttl has to turn it round to save his job. They give him trust after the 9-0 defeat last season. We turned it around. They have to turn it around again now. As for Wolves, they're in Europe, so they've got another hope. But they're low of the table. They need to start picking up points to move up the table again. One picked up a valuable point at home to Manchester United when nobody really gave them a chance. They took the lead through Grady Diangana. Bruno Fernandes equalised just for half time, but it's a very good point, but they're still very deeply in trouble. They needed to win the game. They need to start picking up points soon, else they'll be going straight back down again. As for Manchester United, what can you say? It's kind of expected. They give it the big, we're going to win the league, we're up there, but they don't actually do anything. Disappointing again. Ollie's made the team good, brought in players to help them out, but they're still liable to drop points. Now you look at City, they're not going to drop points. There's a difference between Man U and Man City. Manchester United are a few years off the league, whereas Man City are there already. Both good teams, but Man U don't have the mentality. They've had chances to go points clear. They haven't took them. They've drawn too many games. They've conceded silly goals. They're just not good enough yet, but they are in transformation of a very good team. Arsenal and Leeds played out a very entertaining game, with Arsenal winning 4-2. A hat-trick from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Hector Bellerin goals for Arsenal. Pascal Strucek and Helder Costa scored for Leeds as they tried to come back from 4-0 down, but they couldn't. Arsenal, very attacking, very open, and played very well. Leeds, Miesley cost them plenty of mistakes in the first half, giving away a penalty, not helping them out. They did score 2 in the second half, but it wasn't enough. Both teams really batting out from the middle of the table, which is disappointing, as Arsenal used to be and possibly still could be a top 6-4 team, but they have to be better. As for Leeds, they'll stay up, entertaining, hopefully build on what they've done this year, but push on for next season. But they'll be a Premier League outfit now for a few years. Fulham also picked up a valuable 3 points away at Everton with 2 goals from Josh Maja, who came in from Bordeaux on loan. Everton without Dominic Calvert-Lewin are very poor. No focal point. Sigurdsson was up there, but it wasn't sticking. Richarlison tried to go up there, it wasn't sticking. And they had Josh King on the bench. Could he not have started the game in his position? A tall centre forward like himself would have changed the game. You know, it makes you wonder whether he was fit, whether he wasn't. Fulham, though, it's a big win. They need more points desperately, but it's a good start. If Newcastle beat Sheffield United, then the gap gets bigger. But if they weren't, then they're still in the hope. More wins at that, more performances at that, because they outplayed Everton at home, passing the ball better, keeping the ball better, creating chances which were taken by Maja, and they will be fine. That is the end of part 1 of the Premier League's review. Be sure to check out part 2 if you're out on Thursday. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and I will see you in a while.